Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around, because today we will be witnessing yet another person playing the classic game of fuck around and find out. Meet our contender here, Stephanie, a woman from the great state of Ohio, which already has a bit of a bad start, if you ask me. I've been to Ohio before. There isn't really much over there other than just flat land and more flat land. Downtown Cincinnati isn't really that bad. I mean, it's nice when there isn't goose shit covering the entire place. Either way, just mentioning the state of Ohio gets me sidetracked. Back to the main thing, Stephanie, the lady in question, decided that she wanted to go out to her local Mexican restaurant over the weekend where she had some critiques about her service, and as any Karen would, they would write down their grievances on the receipt. And usually in situations like this, you see the receipt get posted online with whatever's written on there, and then you have like a laugh or two of what's said there, and usually there aren't really many consequences going on with that kind of stuff. You just go on there and you just read the paper and you're just like, oh, look at this, man. She said that I'm a piece of shit. Whatever, just throw that shit in the trash and call it a day. However, this time things ended up a bit differently. See, once it reaches the internet, anything goes. Depending on how people feel or like whatever is written on there, usually these things can end up being just one big nothing burger, or you can end up losing your real life job, which is exactly what happened to Stephanie. Usually what determines if somebody's going to lose their job simply because of a restaurant receipt is because of what's written on there. And thankfully we have a picture of it because, like I said before, this kind of stuff is going to make their way to the internet, right? So why don't we take a look? Well, let's see here. Oh, okay. $0 you suck as a tip. Well, thanks for the tip. You know, I'm pretty sure plenty of restaurant servers receive at least one of these in their lifetime. Oh, her signature is quite interesting there, huh? I hope Trump deports you. Geez, Scoob, that's surely gonna piss the internet off, huh? Which, I mean, in all fairness, that's pretty out of pocket if you ask me, to tell your server I hope you get deported, especially when multiple news sources are saying that he is a legal citizen. But the weird thing to me is I'm surprised that there aren't really a lot of people pointing out how she wrote the total, like she was writing out a check to the bank. Like she just sat there and went, okay, $87.84, and now I gotta write this out in English to make sure that he can read that. So, Babe, how do you spell 80? Oh, okay, EIGHTY, and 84 over 100, and that's definitely going to show him. So after this entire fiasco about this check being posted online, a defense was made for the server where management came in and they started saying things like, oh, he's very hospitable and he's such a good person. This situation would never happen because, you know, all that stuff, right? Typical things to come to the defense of the server. But other people, like restaurant goers and all that, also came to his defense. So it seems like there's some backing for the server that's in play here. And normally, a crusade was taken out against Stephanie. She fought tooth and nail, saying tons of things like, oh, my credit card was stolen, guys. It wasn't me, I swear. We need to be way more careful about scammers. They're taking our cards and using it against us and paying for all these things, which, let's be honest, an $87 meal at a Mexican restaurant is kind of atrocious. I'm not going to lie. As somebody who lives in the state of California, where Mexican food is basically in our blood and in our rivers, that's absolutely insane. But it makes sense, right? I mean, Mexico and Ohio, they're nowhere near each other, so there's kind of a problem going on here. It's a luxury food in Ohio, where it's street food down here. She's making all these claims about her credit card being stolen and that it wasn't her. I haven't been to the restaurant on that day. But then apparently management came up and pulled up camera footage of her entering and leaving the restaurant and basically said, oh, so this wasn't you right here, ma'am? And since then, she deleted all of her social media accounts, so something smells a bit fishy here. And with this big, huge battle going on between the classic rivals, the restaurant server and the Karen, two things came from the end of it. A GoFundMe was made for the server, which raised over $26,000, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, that's more money raised than, first off, like, remember Fantastic Studios, the guys who made The Day Before, that scam game that came out late last year, or whatever year it was, 2023? They raised more money for this server than Fantastic raised when they were trying to come back after having scammed the entire world. That is insane. And the second thing that came of this is that Stephanie ended up losing her job. The usual consequence of things like this, right? However, there was this stench, this grimy, gritty hand of a Karen that just doesn't really know the meaning of taking it on the chin and walking away. No, she simply could have just apologized and moved on, take her lumps and go, find a new job somewhere else, maybe even move and start a new life. No, instead, how can we make this situation more tone deaf than writing, "I want to deport you," on a bill for a restaurant? I don't know. Maybe if I made a GoFundMe for myself. Oh my gosh. And if I had people come to me and paid me money because I regret it and I'm sorry and please give me money. Like, I regret the choices and actions that I've done. The consequences are too much to bear. It boggles my mind. Like, yeah, okay, eat shit and die. And then, I'm sorry. Like, please, I'll never do it again. How can you go from those two things? The only reason why you're acting like this is because you got caught. You got lambasted online, and now you got to sleep in the bed you made. And what is weirder to me is that she's actually making money from this. Though not as much as $26,000. She's still got a long way to go. She's, at this point, Fantastic Studios is beating her out, even though their campaign is done. She will probably make more. As you can see, she's only made, I think, roughly around $1,500 as of recording this video. And, I mean, look at this, dude. This is sad to me. But, hey, you know, people are probably paying her money because they feel bad and all that, which is fine. I mean, look at this comment right here. It comes from a person by the name of, "Oh no, consequences. Here's $5. I hope you find peace and love for all mankind. Sorry the consequences of your actions are causing problems for you." Wow. Wow. Here's $5. It's like pity points right here. I'm sorry you fucked around and found out and that being a bitch has consequences in the age of the internet. Oh, golly gee willikers, Batman. Who would have thought something like this would have happened? Look, at the end of the day, is it right to lose your job over something like this? No. In my opinion, cancel culture has gotten way too out of hand, and that can affect anybody at this point, no matter how big or small you are. But that doesn't make it right to talk shit about your server, writing things on there, saying things like, "Oh, I hope you get deported from this country." Look, at the end of the day, you get what you deserve. There are consequences to your actions, and I hope you truly do learn that maybe this is not a good idea to be a piece of shit to your server, because you don't know the next time where you might be a meme on the internet, or maybe some random dude on YouTube starts talking shit about you. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me. I saw this online. I wanted to talk about it. I thought it was pretty funny. I'll catch all you guys later. Peace.